What's going on, guys? Quick tip video on how to grow a Viking beard. In my opinion, this is my number one tip. If you haven't seen my 5 tips to grow a beard, I'll put a link in the description below. I'm just reiterating, and you guys, if you're watching this video, you probably have seen this already, but I figure it's probably the most important, so I figured I'd just emphasize it again. I've got some new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. I've gotten a couple of the same comments, so I figured I'd just make another video. But my number one tip for a Viking beard, you can probably guess it, is don't shave, don't trim, and I really mean it. Don't trim at all. And if you do trim, which I don't recommend trimming, just trim, I guess, if you get some random hairs up here, but don't trim any of this part of the beard, especially like right in this area. I see a lot of guys like to trim these hairs because you know, it's probably, with me, it's my thinnest part of my beard. And if you may not believe it or not, but I don't have too much density and I don't have too much coverage, especially in this area and right here too. These are my most difficult spots to grow my beard. But you know, if you just wait, it'll all grow out. And from months 1 to 3, that's kind of an awkward phase where it looks a little bit scraggly. Again, especially in this spot, which I see a lot of guys will try to trim it, and then they'll eventually just shave it, because when they trim it, it just doesn't look right, and they'll end up with a mustache and a goatee, which I think is a pretty good look. But if you're going for a Viking beard, you can't trim at all, and every hair you grow will eventually be part of the beard. So you kind of have to think long term for this. You're not going to grow a beard in 3 months. I'd say in 3 months is when the beard really starts growing. So you kind of have to invest it. Like, if you're going to grow a beard, you need to wait 3 to 4 months before it starts becoming any sort of beard whatsoever. And especially if you're going for the Viking beard look. If you're going for more of a clean look, then then trim it. If you're going for more of a fluffy look, Viking look, which you can eventually put a beard in, you really can't trim at all. And if you do trim, I really don't recommend trimming at all. But maybe a little bit under the Adam's apple, but still, you don't want to shave to the contour of your jawline. I see a lot of guys do that, and it's a good look, but if you're going to grow it out really long, it's definitely going to damage your goal. So keep this part, and if you do trim, just trim right here, or trim the sideburn a little bit, but anything under that, you just got to leave it. Because a lot of people will say that they're jealous of my beard, and I'm flattered, but I really don't have good genetics, or I don't really have the best, I don't have much coverage really. This is about 11 months of growth, so I think it just kind of gives the illusion that I do, because I haven't trimmed at all, and that really helped me. And another thing is, once you do have all that growth, then you can use something like one of these things. I have a couple of videos on beard brushes. This one's the one I use currently. It's just a $30 brush. If you're interested in beard brushes, I do have a video on how I use it, and my favorite ones. There's a couple other methods you can use for kind of taming the beard, but I just use a beard brush, and it heats up if you plug it in, and it's pretty good. And when you grow it out, all of the long hair on the sides, it'll cover up the patches. Like, for example, see, this is pretty, it's not dense, I don't have much coverage, but now that it's longer, I can just cover it up like this, and it stays. If you put some beard balm in, it'll help sculpt it. Same with this side, it's still pretty patchy, and you guys, it's kind of hard to tell once I grow it out, because the way I style it, I just cover it up, and you can't really tell. And then, there's a lot of other things you can do. I do have a lot of tips on my channel. If you're interested, check it out. But that's number one tip for a Viking beard. Thank you for your time and attention. Subscribe to stay tuned for more videos, and like to support. Peace out, everybody.